I keep the special things, the photographs and the special letters in here.
Sue was just 17 in 1966 when she discovered she was pregnant, a secret she has kept for most of her life.
I've got special photographs in here. Yeah, that's all I've got.
She was sent away to a mother and baby home run by the Church of England, a place of punishment, and she gave birth alone.
I didn't have any pain relief at all. I remember it being quite traumatic, really. And then the baby was whisked away. She was beautiful. And I wanted to breastfeed, but they told me I couldn't, because they said that I would get too attached if I did that. So they bound me with these bandages to try and stop the milk.
The trauma and shame has weighed heavy. This is the first time Sue has ever spoken publicly.
She was a real little character and she was smiling.
Because she was unmarried, she was deemed unfit to bring up a child. Her daughter was taken away.
I just had to stay there with her until it's time for her to go. I don't really know the person I was then. I can still feel her pain. And all I wanted to do was to know that I'd done the right thing. It's always there, you never heal. So that one decision, which was made for me more or less, was just ruined my life.
Across the UK, in the 40 years after World War II, it's estimated over 200,000 women were forced to give up their children. Many were sent to institutions run by the church or state.
They were second class. They have no autonomy and they have no voice.
Our 6-month investigation has now unearthed chilling evidence. Not only were women treated with contempt, some fear they were exposed to a harmful drug to prevent them from breastfeeding their babies.
There are stories of people being given very high doses.
Stilbestrol, commonly known as DES, was recommended for use in the homes to dry up breast milk, and the carcinogenic potential of this drug was no secret.
So there were known links to cancer for DES when it's first synthesised in the United States. So the people testing it on rats, they found intergenerationally those rats were developing cancerous tumours. That was widely known. I mean, it's reported in the British Medical Journal, The Lancet at the time, that these were potential issues.
There were also warnings in the late 1960s about the link between blood clots and DES as a lactation suppressant, but no clear steps were taken to address this before the drug was eventually phased out in the 70s.
We can see there were warnings at the highest level about this, and yet the drug's still used for years.
It's not withdrawn for another 6 years.
Diana was just 16 when she was sent to a home in Southampton in 1974. She recalls her breast milk drying up after having an injection in hospital.
I have tried to find out what that drug was. I've approached the hospital, but my records are not available before 1997. So I have no idea what I was given. Why? Why would someone do that? And the only thing I can think of is I was an unmarried mother, so I was a throwaway.
She believes that a condition with her breasts that at times has left her in severe pain may be connected to the drug.
It was bad enough for them to offer me surgery. So the impact on my health, the aftermath of being given a drug, which to this day I have no idea what it was, has been significant.
I've spoken to former nurses who remember Stilbestrol being administered, and to several other women who were given the medication in mother and baby homes.
Nobody ever explained what it was or if there are any side effects, and even the medicines regulator has admitted there are no proper records to trace who was given this drug.
Stilbestrol was widely withdrawn in the 70s, and I've come to Glasgow to meet a doctor who's treated women who were exposed to the drug.
The most serious risk is the cancer risk. This drug increases the risk of breast cancer. People call it the silent thalidomide, the hidden thalidomide. because it is there, we know it is there, we don't know what is the size of the problem. An inquiry should happen. How many women have we given these drugs? How many women were affected?
What I'd like to say is we have each other.
After decades of shame and silence, more women are speaking out about the suffering they've endured.
So don't you dare ever feel sorry for me. Do not pity me. Be angry for me. Jump up and down. Do something.
But time is not on their side.
I will fight for some measure of justice, but there are people who can no longer do that. And we're very conscious that people are dying.
This group of birth mothers and adoptees wants the government to acknowledge what was done to them was wrong.
The world went, you're a bad woman, you're a bad girl and you deserve everything that's coming to you. And by not offering us an apology, the government are, to some extent, keeping us in that place of shame.
As the push for an official apology intensifies, the government's approach remains a mystery.
What happened was utterly shocking. We're looking very carefully at next steps, and we do hope to be able to say more soon to respond precisely to that question.
This is one of Britain's darkest social injustices, a generation of women haunted by their past, but who refuse to be forgotten and will be heard.